I'm Tenley Hardin, Education Director at Aspen Learning. This video is how to teach author style to middle school students. So the first thing I would do with my students is actually provide them with a worksheet that has boxes which have some text in them, some technique, and some impact. So let's say we've read the book House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros, and I want my students to really understand her style, which is very unique and distinct. As I said, they'll get a worksheet. They'll also have all the text and technique from the worksheet. So all they have to do is fill in the boxes. But I work by a very simple 3-step method on how to instruct my students. I do, you do, we do. So I will do it, showing them the process and the expectations. They will have a chance to apply their comprehension and knowledge, and then they can work in teams together, which is where the real learning takes place, because I believe that the best form of learning is through teaching. So let's begin. I will say to the students, here's my text from Sandra Cisneros' House on Mango Street. The text reads, a real house, one I could point to, but this isn't it. Very short, sweet, and to the point. Since they have a list of all the techniques on here, I simply need to ask them, which technique do you think Sandra Cisneros is really using right here that shows her style? Hopefully, I will get the answer, length and complexity of sentences. Her sentences are short, they're to the point, they're direct. I might ask my students then, well, what's the impact on the mood, the tone, the theme? Hopefully, I will get the answer, that it shows the author's simplistic and direct style of writing, setting the tone of the book. So you have here text, technique, and impact. And now, since it's time for the students to do it, they can fill in these boxes all by themselves using all of the text provided for them, the techniques, as well as the impact already formulated in my own words. They get an opportunity to work in teams at that point where they have to choose 3 pieces of text, 3 quotes from House on Mango Street. That is where their teams have to come up with the 3 different techniques based on those texts. And then they also have to come up with the impact on the overall book, the story, the theme, the mood, the tone. Basically, it's really showing them step by step how the author style impacts the whole book. You just watched How to Teach Author Style to Middle School Students. I'm Tenley Hardin, Education Director at Aspen Learning. Happy learning and growing.